I can't see a situation where Alabama loses this weekend to LSU and drops from 3 to 4. I can't imagine a situation this weekend where LSU falls to Alabama and drops from 2 to 4. They're dropping out. And that allows them the space to push in Clemson. Okay? I also think they know with Penn State there, Penn State has a possibility of knocking off Ohio State when they play in a couple of weeks. But if Ohio State beats Penn State, that'll be the last time they're ranked to the top 4. They ain't climbing back in there with one loss to Ohio State. So this is all a mathematical equation to them, and I don't have a problem with it. I don't think there was anything egregious, nor does anything get defined on the first ranking. If anything, what it showed us is that the committee right now is not sold on Clemson's schedule because the ACC they have marked down, but rightfully so. And they question Clemson's dominance because of the 1-point win over North Carolina. And in some ways, understandably so. But it doesn't do anything to Clemson ultimately because 2 of the top 4 teams will have a loss in the next couple of weeks. So that's clearly going to open up the door for the Tigers to walk into it, assuming they remain undefeated. It also shows that the committee believes that the Pac-12 winner, either Oregon or Utah, should they get there and remain one loss, is worthy of consideration. It shows, look, these 2 teams are going to play one another hypothetically in the Pac-12 championship game. And this means, because those 2 teams are ranked so high, 7 and 8, that they'll get the boost, they'll get the bump off of that win to propel them at the very least to 5. Now, they might be first team out, but they have a path into the top 4. They got a path. They didn't make Oregon and Utah 9 and 10 or 8 and 10. They were high enough on this scale and above the Big 12 champ right now. They put Oregon and Utah above Oklahoma. I think the biggest thing from yesterday was Oklahoma's road is going to be really hard because they clearly marked them down because of that K-State loss. And they're going to have to climb over a 1-loss Pac-12 champ and Clemson and the 1-loss LSU or Alabama team and a 1-loss Penn State or Ohio State team, depending on who falls where with those games. But that's a lot of ground to make up to get into the top 4. A lot of stuff have to happen for Oklahoma. And look, they get Baylor coming up. That's going to be a quality opponent. And they'll have the Big 12 champion. But from where it sits right now, that was the biggest loser. Oklahoma was the biggest loser in the top rankings, the first rankings, rather.